People keep asking the wrong question about Iran. Can we win? Do we have enough troops? How long will it take? But there's something deeper, and that is that wars need people. Someone's son, someone's daughter. So the real question isn't, can we win? The real question is, who goes? 3 weeks ago, the White House said they won't rule out bringing back the draft. 53 years since Vietnam ended, and now we're talking conscription again. Right now, America uses volunteers. You want to join, you get paid. But wars get long, volunteers run out. So we're at a fork in the road. Door A, make everyone go. Your son, the rich kid, the politician's daughter, everyone drafts equally. Door B, keep it voluntary. Your son stays home, someone else goes, someone without better options. That choice determines everything. This is America's real choice right now. Whose son do we send? Ready for door A. Let's walk through the first door. We need soldiers. The military is stretched thin. The war is heating up. We've been in a ceasefire, but it's fragile. If negotiations break down, we need boots on the ground. Lots of them. With volunteers, we can't get enough people. With conscription, we do, and it's simple. We get the soldiers we need, and we can do a full ground invasion. We can take out the nuclear facilities completely. We can actually finish this war. Not endless airstrikes, and still we win. But here's the deeper reason people consider conscription: fairness. Right now, who joins the military? People without options, kids from poor neighborhoods, kids whose parents can't afford college, kids who see the military as their only way out. The rich kid goes to Yale and does Goldman Sachs internships while never thinks about joining. The poor kid joins at 18 because college costs $50,000 a year. So who actually fights the war? Not the rich kid, not the politician's son, and not the CEO's daughter. Just the poor kid, over and over again. Conscription changes that. Suddenly everyone's son is on the table. Rich, poor, connected, disconnected, doesn't matter, all equally. When everyone's skin is in the game, things change. Wars end faster, because now it's not abstract, it's real. Your son, your decision. That's the moral case for conscription. Ready for door A's hidden cost. But here's what happens the day conscription starts. Your son gets a letter, he's 18. He just got accepted to college, full scholarship, engineering program, 4 years ahead of him. The letter says, report for induction, 60 days. His college says, we'll hold your spot, maybe, if you come back. His mother doesn't sleep for 3 days. That's real. And it's not just one family, it's hundreds of thousands, all at once. Because conscription doesn't just take people, it takes them out of the economy. Suddenly you've got 500,000 fewer workers, 500,000 fewer consumers, 500,000 people not paying taxes, not buying things, not building careers. In 2026, we're already worried about employment. Youth jobs are weak, and now you're yanking 500,000 young people out of the workforce. The economy stutters, growth slows, inflation creeps up. And that anger goes somewhere. It goes into the streets, protests, a divided country. Because here's the thing, conscription is polarizing. Vietnam taught us that. When people feel the burden is unfair, when rich kids have lawyers finding exemptions while poor kids get drafted, people lose faith in the system. But there's a deeper cost, the one nobody wants to say out loud. Your son might not come home. Iran isn't Iraq. Iran has a real military, real air defenses, real missiles, real drones. If we send 100,000 troops into a ground war, people die. American kids die, regularly, in the news, names and faces. That's conscription, that's the cost. Ready for door B. Now let's walk through the other door. Keep the volunteer military, don't bring back the draft. What happens? Your life doesn't change at all. Your son finishes his college applications. He goes to university. He gets an internship. He builds a career. Nobody comes to your door with a conscription notice. Your daughter gets a job. She moves to a new city. She starts her life. She's not in a barracks in the Middle East. She's in her apartment in Brooklyn, figuring out how to adult. The economy keeps working. Young people work, they spend money, they start businesses, they pay taxes, the machine keeps running. And the war, yes, it continues, but it's managed, it's controlled, it's handled by people who chose to be there, people who are trained, people who know what they signed up for. That's not nothing. The volunteer military is professional. These aren't kids conscripted last month. These are soldiers. They've trained for years. They know what they're doing, and they chose it. They want to be there. You know what the morale difference is between a volunteer and a conscript? It's everything. The volunteer is motivated. The conscript is resentful. The volunteer wants to win. The conscript wants to go home. So yes, you have fewer soldiers, but you have better soldiers, more motivated soldiers. Economically, it's better too. The 18-year-olds who would have been drafted are now in college, or starting jobs, or building families. They're productive. They're adding to society instead of taking away from it. In February 2026, the economy added 130,000 jobs. Not great, but steady. Why? Because young people are working. They're in the workforce. They're part of the economy. If you draft them, that ends. Those jobs disappear. Those opportunities vanish. But there's something deeper here too. After Vietnam, America learned a lesson. Conscription tears a country apart. Vietnam created a generational divide that lasted decades. Distrust of government, protests, riots, a society that felt fractured. The volunteer military was America's answer. We said, you're free, you don't have to go, your life is yours, and if we need to fight, we'll find people who want to do it. We'll compensate them, we'll respect them. That's a different kind of contract between government and citizen, based on freedom, on choice, on trust. And it's worked for 53 years. America has still been able to defend itself, to project power, to fight wars when necessary. So the argument is, don't break what works, keep the volunteers, let people choose their own path. Your family stays intact, your son's future is his. Ready for Door Bay's hidden cost. But there's a problem. And the problem is this: if conscription is unfair, then voluntary military is also unfair, just in a different way. Because here's who volunteers: people without options. That same poor kid, that same kid whose parents work retail, that same kid who can't afford college, he joins the military, not because he wants to be a soldier, but because it's the only pathway he sees. The college-educated kid, the kid with connections, the kid whose parents know someone, he's not joining the military, he's interning, he's networking, he's building his career in the private sector. So conscription solves the problem of fairness by making everyone suffer equally. But the volunteer system solves the problem of freedom by letting rich people stay free while poor people take the risk. It's just a different kind of injustice. And here's the second problem: wars don't stay small. Right now we're in a ceasefire with Iran, 2 weeks. Everyone's hoping negotiations work out. But what if they don't? What if in a month we're back to dropping bombs? What if in 3 months we realize we need a ground invasion? You can't suddenly conscript 500,000 people overnight. It takes time, it takes infrastructure. So what happens in the meantime? You keep the war going with volunteers. You strain the system. You push soldiers through multiple tours. You burn people out. You create PTSD epidemics. You ask the same 50,000 soldiers to fight 10,000 different battles. And it just keeps going, because you never made the full commitment. You never made the hard choice. Vietnam lasted 18 years. Think about that. 18 years, over 58,000 American deaths, and we didn't win. If we fight Iran the same way, with a volunteer military that's always stretched too thin, it could be the same thing. 10 years, 20 years, hundreds of thousands of casualties, and it still might not end. The only way to end wars is to either win decisively or to make a conscious choice to stop. And if you're not willing to conscript people, you never make that choice. It just continues. And who pays the price? The same people, the volunteers, the poor kids, over and over again. So the hidden cost of volunteering is this: you keep the war going indefinitely. You never really end it, you just postpone it. And then one day, your grandson is being asked to fight the same war, because you never finished it. So here's where we are. 2 doors, both painful, both with hidden costs. Door A: conscription. You draft your son, he goes today, the economy stutters, the country divides, but the war ends. It ends because everyone's committed, everyone's skin is in the game, rich, poor, connected, disconnected, all sacrificing equally. Dor Bay volunteers. Your son stays home, your life continues, but the war continues too. It stretches on, year after year, indefinitely. The same poor kids keep going, keep dying, and it never really finishes. And here's the thing that makes this choice so terrible. There is no third option. You can't have fairness without sacrifice. You can't have freedom without inequality. You can't have a short war without everyone paying. You can't have peace without someone paying. It's not a question of whether people will die. They will. It's a question of who pays the cost of your choice. If you choose Door A, your family pays, my family pays, everyone pays, equally. If you choose Door B, someone else's family pays, the poor family, the family without connections, they pay again. And that choice ripples through everything. It determines how long we fight, how much we spend, whether we ever actually stop fighting. This is the real choice America is facing right now. Not can we win, can we do it, do we have the technology? The real choice is, who do we ask to die? And the answer to that question determines everything else. So I'm asking you directly. When conscription is announced, and the White House already said they're not ruling it out, what's your answer? Do you send your son? Or do you send someone else's son? Do you make everyone sacrifice so the war ends? Or do you protect your family while someone else's family bleeds? Because that's not a political question. That's not an economic question. That's a human question. And it's the question America has to answer right now. The draft isn't coming back because we found a new strategy. It's coming back because we're running out of people willing to volunteer to die. That's the moment we're in. And the choice you make, the door you pick, determines everything. Your freedom or everyone's sacrifice. Your son's life or an endless war. The poor go or everyone goes.